still 16 players in this main event.
And we can see in the pictures as well, there's quite a lot of media around here. It's not only you.
No, it's not only us in the commentator booth. And we are situated just outside this big nice ballroom where the most tournaments in this event are being played. And as you can see, the TV table is now in the big ballroom. If you've been here and playing before, you might be used that it's outside in the lobby of Hilton, but now upstairs.
Now we might see a spot here where Johan Karlsson might be in trouble, because I think Daniel, I don't know if he will just call this off or if he's going to take his chances.
I think he was going to ship it in,
right? Me too.
Yeah, that's the all-in announce, 300, 310 even. And Johan folds his queen 9, and now trouble, of course, for Johan, because these are two rather short stacks, even though good for some 20 big blinds when Johan, if he folds this. So
he's a brave play, but I think now he will just bow out.
Yeah.
Now we've seen that Torres folded king queen earlier here against Michele, but now he's not opening with ace 9 in mid position, I think it was. So playing the game safe, waiting for the right spot. And this is, tournament poker. There's different schools in which way you're playing, but I find it a little bit tight.
Yeah.
On the tight.
Well,
yeah. But of course, there's a lot of ICM in this now. 16th place, I think it's like 4, 5, 6K or something like that, and of course 100K on top. So it's lots of survive.
Yeah, we have now locked up for 16th place, 4,100. And the next pay jump is already when the next player leaves, the 15th finisher would take 4.6. And then once we're on the final table, we have prices starting from 7,400. And then up top, then 100,000 euros. Second place is 45.9. So it's big difference between first and second.
Oh, now Johan, he opened with King 10 earlier. Now he has Pocket 5. So not like great fun, but of course he feels like he needs to act.
Yeah, and he knows that the open from Johan is very wide, of course, and he's on the button. So just the 2 blinds is behind him, but interesting to see now if he shoves
three
this
bets.
one or
he does.
Yeah, here we go. So Johan is not the guy he's going to be worried about. Let's see if anyone wakes up with anything in the blinds though. Ooh,
here we have
Krišjānis.
So you might see going to the races here.
Yeah.
But I like Johan's play here. I think it's totally correct. In the situation where you have an aggressor on your right side to fight back. And Latvia, Krišjānis is moving all in, and we have more or less a coin flip. Johan is a slight favorite. No, he's actually not. They blocked the flush, but it's very close.
Yeah. Off to a race now. Ooh, the ace in the window. It's bad news for Johan Karlsson, unfortunately. Needs to hit that 5 now. Does not. And unfortunately, our Kings of Tallinn 2020 main event champion Johan Karlsson of Sweden is the first guy to bow out on day 3. 16th place, 4,100 euros. And sad to see the nice guy leaving, but we can only have one winner.
Yeah, that's true. Krišjānis is picking up the queens, so let's see if Johan comes along.
Oof, this is trouble for Johan, because Krišjānis, wow, this is tough.
Pressure.
Normally you cannot fold queens in this spot, but he has
but
big
it's so much ICM.
Yes, he does come for the call. So, he's in good shape. But, of course, we know there are 3 kings in this deck and a few 4s as well. So, but
good chance for Krišjānis now to double up.
Yeah.
And this will be bad news for
the gut shot. A 5 or a king would be devastating for Krišjānis. That's the only cards now, and it's not to be. So deserved double up then with the queens. They held up.
Yeah,
King 4.
Yeah, let's now see if the dynamics around the table will change a little bit. Maybe, I don't think so. I think Jaihan will continue to push because it's been successful. This was a little bit, in my, I think it's a little bit over the top to take this chance. But of course, if Krišjānis would have an ace-queen, most likely we will see a fold. So
yeah, exactly. He's eliminating many combinations. Just queens, kings, and aces, or ace-king that you cannot fold in those spots. But it's like you see still that he was down. He had 1.2 million Krišjānis, and we have Torsti and Daniel on only 400. We have some short stacks on the outer table, and I mean, there's no big pay jumps coming right now. But if once you make it to the final table, then it's gonna be big money. So as you said, the ICM is taken into consideration.
We have the 5 on the turn. Nothing really happened. So even better for Joel Torres.
Yeah, and this might slow down the action a bit because of course the board pairing makes the flush draw no longer the nuts. The nut draw. It's
Guillermo checking now, Joel. But it's tricky when you also have a paired board, like could Guillermo possibly sit with pocket fours or something like that. So overall this will make the pot a little bit slower, even on the river, even if we have a club. So this check. And we have the 3 of spades, which is good news for Joel Torres. So I assume he will have to make a value bet, check from Guillermo, value bet from Joel, and then... Or if Guillermo tries to steal the pot here.
Yeah, of course now he knows that that's his only option of winning the pot, and it's 485 in the middle, so he was the one check raising the flop. Checks again, gives it up.
Yeah. But it's also tricky for Joel Torres now to make this kind of value bet because Guillermo showed his strength. So what hand can you beat? Okay, if Guillermo have king, jack or whatever, so he just checks to play it safe.
Yeah.
And I think it's actually quite good decision.
Torsti first to act, king deuce. Not gonna be the hand. He puts his 350 last chips in the middle. Let's see about the other short stacks. Daniel, the Stitchy of Sweden, also folding. Oh, look at this one now. Kings for Jahan.
100k bet is back.
Yeah, it's back now. And quickly an ace folded, we saw that. So no takers so far. And probably not. Joel Torres is spending 70k more. So no action.
For Daniel, nothing much happens. He picked up a couple of pots early, so he's kind of still surviving. But both for him and Torsti, there's no real chances to make any moves so far.
No, interesting now to see Torsti because he's in the big blind, having invested 2 of his 10 big. Monster for Haapaniemi. Torres with pocket 4s on the small blind, so it might not even get to Torsti before there's more action in this one, because normally, of course, opening range for Haapaniemi is wide on the bottom.
Yeah. Maybe some set mining here from Joel Torres.
Yeah. And then for Torsti's sake, hopefully he doesn't wake up with a hand, because that will be trouble. And here's the call.
Actually, this is maybe a chance for him to try to make a squeeze bet here, but this will be bad news. But I think actually this might be the time. Might be the time, because Michael could open lightly from the big blind and only a call from Joel, and so this might be the spot. It will be bad news for him, of course, but I wouldn't be surprised.
No. You're just sitting and say, Haapaniemi, just yes, do it. Shove it.
I don't think he calls actually, but he does.
Yeah, it comes with a call. Okay, 3 ways to the flop then. But a queen high flop or something might be trouble for Torsti. We'll see about what we get. But it's a jack 9-9 flop. Also problems for Torsti, because now it probably will go check, and then bet from Haapaniemi, and then maybe Torsti finds this spot to chip it in, but we'll see.
It could also be that he's thinking that it's a stop and go, just calling pre-flop, and if I hit the queen or a jack, I'm just pushing.
Yeah.
But whatever, it's going to be a problem for him. Michael also have a backdoor flush draw.
Yeah. And 210 in the middle. You can see that Torsti has a little bit more than pot.
Yeah, I think it's better to shove here for Torsti, of course, but bad news.
Yes.
I can't see that Michael is going anywhere, but there's a little bit of theatrics here because
there is one more player as well involved. And also, of course, I mean, it's not the dream spot if you come over the top here and then you have Torres shoving it in and finding that 9.
Exactly.
Would be disastrous, of course.
But he can take away that bluff by raising himself, but he's just calling.
All right, so bad news is shown to Torsti then, the aces of Mikael Haapaniemi versus the queen jack.
Yeah, but have some backdoor straights as well, so
and the 2 jacks are live.
But it's not good to have the paired board here with the aces up against the aces. So
queen does not help him anything, of course, so he needs one of those 2 jacks or backdoor straight. And that's not a good card for Torsti. No help, almost straight flush. But unfortunately, we have our 14th place finisher from Finland, Torsti Ketula, and taking down 4,650 as well for his efforts.
Okay, Jahan races with 7s now, and Krišjānis have a decision.
Yeah. Just calling, taking the safe route, and seems like Haapaniemi is interested. No, let's fold from the button. Ooh, big hand for Joel Torres.
1.6 million. This can be shifting the table because Jahan with a pair, he will it'll be tough for him to fold, and of course Krišjānis might move away from this spot, but we will see here. It might also could be an opportunity for Joel to just call, but I'm quite sure he's coming over the top here.
Yeah, he must be. And just Krišjānis calling behind puts him this many smaller pairs he will do that with, and
and he needs the information with the 3-bet here, so I'm quite sure he will come over the top and just to kind of see.
It's like a 250, or was it 275?
I think it looked like 250, right?
Yeah, 250, and nothing for Daniel. But now interesting to see how Jahan does. He just quickly calls with the 7s.
And Krišjānis will bow out, most likely.
Yep, he's out. So let's see if Jahan can find the set on this one. Otherwise, most likely it will go bet fold. But I thought it was a 7, but it was a 3. And the ace, of course, loans down Torres as well, maybe, but not the card he wanted to see.
He must make a continue bet here anyways, just to kind of see. But Jahan might actually bluff on this one as well. But it would be very risky move. But we have seen him taking risks before.
Yes. Did you play any big pots yourself with Jahan yesterday?
No, I didn't. I didn't have the chance actually, really, to. He's making the control bet.
Yeah, small bet, 60k. And look at this. Here's the raise. Wow.
Oh, okay, we saw it coming. We saw it coming.
Quick raise. Insta 300. And this is just not the spot you want to be in with queens, of course. You know there's so many aces X in the range of Jahan when he's coming along, but
And now also ICM comes into the picture, right? You know, like, do I need to do this just because he's likely to kind of bluff in this situation, but still might not even be worth it, even if the chance that Jaihan only have an ace, 1 times out of 3 here, it's still kind of very tricky spot. So absolutely. I would actually assume that he is just disgusted and folds.
That would be my guess as well, but let's see. I'm not sure how much these players were on the same table yesterday, if he has seen the antics.
You also have the option to raise this to 700k or something and save half the stack if it's very tricky situation.
Yeah.
But with what is it, 12 players still in, up at the final tables, we will see all the pay jumps. Do I need to do this? And this is what he thinks. And he bows out. I think,
Is it a bluff, he says. Does he show?
No, I have a pair.
Exactly, never bluff. 7s. He doesn't show them though.
I think, I think he will looking at this stream later on and I knew it. But still, I have to play correct.
Yes.
Here we go. This is a spot for Daniel.
Time. King 7, of course.
Jay's going to fold, but
decent hand.
There's going to be an auto call.
Wow.
I mean, he was going to call any 2. It's just unfortunate. So Daniel at risk.
Why don't we have the cards exposed now? I don't know what happened.
I can tell you what happened. At some stage, they decided to go soft hand for hand because the flow on the outer table or the inner table, but this flow has been fine, was going slower than the other table.
Pay jump.
So they decided not to go hand for hand, but that occasionally they would stop the clock if one table was taking too long.
Get it. All right, but we know what hands we are about to see revealed. The King 7 is in trouble against the Ace-Jack suited for Guillermo Gordo.
He has 2 live cards.
Absolutely.
He's not in that much trouble. It is showing him as a 2-1 underdog, but in reality, that might mean that there's a 7 burned along the way.
Yeah, and we should say we have some questions also about the first prize. You can see in the background now, it says 75k, but then we have a little ticker running, says that OlyBet is adding 25k to the winner. So it's actually 100,000 euros to the winner because this event had a guarantee of 100,000 euros, and then it's not taken out. The other prices are not smaller. It's just being 25k added.
Here we go. We got it finally. We have the King 7 against Ace-Jack suited. It might be the suitedness adding a few percentage points to that as well, but the King 7 is more than alive. And a 7 right out the window, but we have a diamond, so we have a little bit of sweat both ways. He'd be happy to see another 7, preferably not a diamond.
It's the King.
2 pair. It's just the 10 now.
Yes, down to
and there's
3 outs for Guillermo to eliminate Daniel, but it's not to be.
So the Cinderella story of Daniel maybe has just begun.
Yes, up to 400 plus now. That's as high as he's been all day. I think he started about 450 and it's been just dwindling down a bit since then, and now doubling back up to 400 at least. So still in the game, and this is the updated chip count on the feature table. So 10 big blinds now, as the new blind level started a few minutes ago, 20 and 40k blinds.
All right. It is Jason and another Jason in the booth, but I'm here alone right now, and we're going to get right into the action. We have a King Queen open min raise by Mikhail from under the gun. And Daniel, who just doubled up, is finding a dream spot for a 3-bet shove off a 10 big blind stack. Maybe it's going to be a little bit less than a shove. Nope, he's just getting all the chips in. It's 410,000. And if without knowing what Mikhail has, he would love to have a full. But if he sees as King Queen, he likely doesn't mind the gamble. And he will get to see it because Mikhail making the call. And Daniel could really be beginning a Cinderella story here. Wow. Just needs his Ace-King to hold against King-Queen. We just saw his King-7 get there against Ace-Jack suited. This time he is ahead, though. there must be some action on the other table. So while we're waiting for the hands to be officially tabled, I want to ask all of you watching, if you were in the spot and you walked away with 100,000, would you just put it into a poker bankroll? What would you do with the 100,000? Many of these players, it's a mix. Some of them, it goes into their bankroll, some of which will buy something nice. Some of which will put it into savings or have a big purchase in mind for when they have a nice score. But here we go. We have ace-king against king-queen, and it's an ace right at the window. Drama over already. There is no spades. Of course, there's a running Broadway potential, so let's see what comes on the turn. But it's the ace of clubs on the turn. Check mark already to Daniel, who was just sitting moments ago at under 200,000 chips. And now, all of a sudden, at 920,000. Let's see if we can get a smile out of Daniel now, or a sigh of relief. That looks like a sigh of relief. But meanwhile, we're down to 11 players, which means we lost a player on the outer table, and that would be Sweden's Alan Jamil Shamoun in 12th place for 5,450 euros. And what this also means for the remaining 11 players, they just earned another 900 euros, guaranteed now 6,350 euros. As a reminder, tonight's eventual champion is guaranteed a 100,000 euro prize. It could be less if deals, of course, are agreed upon, but that 100,000 is on tap for those going for the ultimate glory in this event. And Guillermo Gordo back at it. This is a bit stronger than what he had last time. Pocket Snowman would be an open from any position. And you'll opting to defend with the mystery hand, so we have Spain on Spain action. And you'll could be in trouble here if it's a 7-high flop with this 8-7 now that we see his cards. Instead, he may be able to steal this one away depending on how this one plays out. He does have the open-ender, the only one with the diamond. It's an ugly flop for Guillermo. It's one of those awkward spots that, yeah, I'm possibly still ahead. But am I just betting into my opponent's value?
55,000.
And bets a little bit bigger than what he did last time. He bets 55,000, but that was a button versus big blind versus a cutoff versus big blind situation. And Joel is going to opt to at least see a turn and take things from there.
55, yes.
There's a few dozen Spanish poker players living here, and if Joel wasn't going anywhere on the flop, I don't expect him to go too far on the 6 of spades turn, because that means a 5 for the straight in that direction. But I don't think Guillermo is going to be able to keep his foot on the gas. He's possibly thinking, is Joel calling with a draw? Is he slow playing a straight? Does he have a pair or better? And possibly trying to define the percentages of those ranges. But right now he's just thinking things through. And I won't be surprised to see a check back. And he does check it back. And the 4 of hearts on the river. In a way, that's a good card for Guillermo if he thought his opponent was on a draw. If Joel had a made straight. I apologize on the turn. So it was a good check back by Guillermo. I have this hand mixed up, guys. And we have Joel here. Now he's going to have to bet. He unfortunately wanted Guillermo to bet that turn. He is behind only Jack-8 and King-Jack. Neither of those hands would check a turn on a scary board like this with any sense of frequency. So he should feel very confident with this straight, especially with no spade or diamond coming.
Four bets, one about 10,000.
Even though it's a small bet, I think Guillermo is going to sniff this one out. Disciplined fold by Guillermo Gordo there. Guillermo continuing to be active, this time with King 5 suited from the hijack. And Mikhail has a decision to make here. It looks like he opts to call. And Daniel, who's doubled up twice within an orbit, thinking about what to do, but I think the squeeze is the play. Unless making the final table with some sense of certainty is not what you're wishing. He can opt to call. The only thing that he might not want to do is fold here.
It's raise. 1 coin.
So it looks like he's opting for a non-jam 3-bet sizing, but let's see what that might be. Wow, this I didn't see coming. He's basically making a 3-bet sizing that's either pricing both players in or inducing Guillermo to 4-bet. Perhaps sensing Guillermo's opening wide, trying to get him to cap his range to some degree. But I'm trying to picture why you would min-click from the big blind here. And it did induce a 4-bet. So Guillermo here to play. This is with King 5 suited, folks. Playing it like it's ace-king or aces or queens or kings. And did Daniel here level himself out of a hand? As we all know, seeing the cards, a 3-bet shove would have worked. Is he going to 5-bet shove here? As he put his opponent on a wide 4-bet range, which is very difficult to do without having prior knowledge of that. Wide 3-bet range and wide 4-bet range are two different beasts. And Daniel, you must have had a plan here, I think, when you decided to 3-bet to 3 big blinds. And if you were fishing for information, the information you're receiving is actually false information. So that's the problem that you got yourself into. That maybe this is all Hollywooding and we're going to see a 5-bet shove, and that's what he wanted all along, was to assure that he was getting his chips in with as much dead money or as possible. I am really not quite sure if he folds. It looks like he's folding, so very good awareness by Guillermo Gordo. Without really knowing what Daniel's plan was there.
Right, welcome back, guys. Here we are. I'm here with Kai, previous winner of the Kings of Tallinn. Hello and welcome. You're down to the final 10 in the no filter. How are you feeling? How's it going? How's the event been?
Feel good. Going well. Top 10 now. Really great event. Atmosphere here. Amazing. Stuff is amazing.
It's the final 10. You're in it. How you feeling?
I'm feeling really good. I'm in really good shape, as I told you.
Yeah.
I saw it pretty short, but I told to Wise Guy before, let's turn it. Let's be the last one.
Right, I'm here with Krišjānis. He's second in chips currently on the feature table. He's been on the live stream. You're playing Welcome. Hello, sir. How are you?
Look, I'm doing good. Happy to be here.
You're currently second in chips. How are you feeling? You feeling confident? Are you feeling raring to go? How did you feel this morning compared to how you feel now?
Well, I feel thankful to be here, first of all, because yesterday when I came into day 2, I was last, completely out of everyone here in the room. So
Wow. So you've gone from
25k, like half the starting stack.
half the starting stack and you're now sitting at 2.54 million. I think we're just on the chip count.
Yeah.
That's a great result. How's the table been? Friendly? Not too bad?
The whole event, all the tables have been really friendly so far.
So are you playing much poker? Were you playing a lot of poker elsewhere around the world? Are you playing always just locally, or how are you playing?
Well, I did play online. I tried to qualify and I failed.
Oh.
The only reason I'm playing this is because of the giveaway, like the extra added seats. So that's why the only reason I'm here.
Really? So you won this from an extra added seat?
Yeah, exactly.
That's amazing. Oh my goodness, that is unreal. Last Latvian player, there he is. Let's hope he does well. Fingers crossed. We'll chat with him later. Bye-bye.
And we have Mr. Kim here with a not the best ace, but it is short-handed play. Keep in mind that would have been the low jack open. We probably would have seen Guillermo think about opening there, for example, although he seems to love his suited cards. And Mikhail, similar spot. Krišjānis should be opening wide from the cutoff. It's not as wide as what we've seen with Guillermo. You've got a pair of nines. You can be 3-betting here. Maybe he's going to call, but a 3-bet is something I would probably be doing, but a call by Mikhail must be more optimal considering he's another player that's been in these spots quite a lot. And a decent flop for the nines. But Krišjānis, being he wasn't 3-bet, still has those kings in his range he may want to rep, but slowing it down, recognizing the call as a sign of strength rather than a sign of speculativeness, perhaps. Or just not wanting to continue and being called out of position and then not being sure what to do in later streets. But it's a check back from the nines. Letting actually Krišjānis get there. I mean, it may still go check-check. It is a club, but once again, after Mikhail checks the flop, he is checking back a lot of time with a king. So maybe Mikhail is thinking about what he would do in this spot if he was checked to, but I think now he's thinking about, was I a little bit too late here? That would have been nice to get chips in on the flop, as now all of a sudden looking a little scarier on the turn, and we see he has a reason to be scared. But once again, let's see if he's going to try to rep that he's slow playing the king or a flush, or just going to call for value, thinking his nines are very often still good here. Looks like it's going to be a call. No, it is a raise, actually. Raise to 175, putting the pressure actually on Krišjānis. Essentially turning his nines into a bluff at this stage. Understanding, I believe anyway, this isn't a polarizing range at all. It's a merged ranged type of bet here over the open by Krišjānis on that Jack of Clubs turn. So what we now know Krišjānis as young B, he has to think, and he is going to call, at least for now, but has to be very concerned, despite we see how far ahead he actually is. Can Hapanini steal this away on the 2 of clubs river? This would be the card to do it, really, any club. And Krišjānis with a quick check, Hapanini checking back. And we shall never know what would happen if Mikhail bet there. But young B picking up a nice little pot there. And it looks like Mikhail just going to walk off the stage to brush that off. I recommend that to anyone that's feeling like, I maybe just missed a spot in a hand or just an unlucky run out. To just, get up for a few minutes. If you miss a hand, it's better than anything else. But oh my, look at this. We have Daniel all in. We have a 12 big blind shove, a really pretty shove here with King Queen suited, and it's a bit unfortunate for him that he's going to likely be looked up by Krišjānis. And he's just been delivered the secret bad news before the cards were flipped, and we know Krišjānis is telling the truth, and Daniel could be on the rail, one short of the final table, unless he gets some luck on his side.
This is pre-flop all in. Let's turn around the hands. Let's see what we have. And our all-in player has King, Queen of Spades, and he has been called by Ace, King. All in, Daniel with King, Queen of Spades. Let's see the flop, please. And the flop is 8 of hearts, 9 of hearts, 7 of clubs. Ace King is good at this point. Let's see the turn, please. The turn is a 6 of hearts.
Maybe a chop.
Ace King is still good. And the river, please. Is a Jack of clubs. We are losing one player, and we have our final 9. Final table time, please.
Oh, Kalle picks up Ace Queen here and just called the raise.
Might be fireworks if we have a queen high flop.
Yes, for sure.
See, one ace is blocked from Haapaniemi, but maybe, or most likely, he will be also defending 50k more to see the flop with ace 5.
Yeah, this is an easy defend. Obviously, you have to think about the ranges he's up against. If it were with suited, I think he would 3-bet here. Try to pick it down.
Yeah, but we have the call, so
3 ways of flop.
and ace king 8, 2 hearts. Piece for Kalle and Joel, and of course also Michael with an ace, but tough board for him maybe if they get betting here, but interesting.
Yeah, it's interesting what Torres will do here, because he was the one with aggression. He reps this board most. So this is a very favorable board for him. He has all the aces, all the ace kings, all the kings. Small bet.
And now, interesting to see Kalle
raises
raise
straight away. That's a really interesting play, because
and Haapaniemi is now thinking, hey, I got an ace.
yeah, exactly. What
Maybe not that good anymore, then lets it go. And now Torres wondering what Kalle is sitting with here. Of course, possible 8s in his hands, but also just calling behind. Shouldn't be too strong on a ace. Not the strong that he now actually has, but
No,
shouldn't
of
be an
course.
ace king, for example, of course, that just calls behind, but Joel Torres gives it up.
Yeah, interesting play there from Kalle, because
He discards his hand a little bit, discloses his hand a little bit pre-flop by just calling, and then immediately chooses to
he really
raise.
flopped a monster flop.
Yeah, Kim Han racing to 125, another race, weak one for Haapaniemi, this time in the small blind.
This is a really
Progressive
bad
round to
spot
players.
for him.
Yeah.
After the last 3 hands, you will have a break, 20 minutes. During the break, we will do chip raise by
Guillermo has
100
an easy
variations.
defend there.
This is the last 20 minutes for
suited
entries
queen
and
deuce.
re-entries.
And 3 diamonds. There you can see the ace of diamonds for Kim. So despite he also had has an 8. So
Yeah, he smashes this board
really
pretty
nice.
good.
Yeah. Not anything though for Gordo, so not
No,
likely
it's gonna
to.
be a snap fold.
Yeah, it's folded before the chips were already over the line. Size. I get nothing paid here. Come on.
He really wanted to see a
hoping
4 diamond.
yeah.
I think he just wanted to hear all in. And we would have a snap call over there.
Yes, definitely.
Here we have 2 big hands. We have Kai with ace king offsuit opening up, and Otto calling, and Kimi Han calling also. So we had ace king, pocket eights, and pocket deuces. Guillermo Gordo, he has jack 10 here on the small blind. Oh, and Torres obviously is going to call this hand. So we're going to see we're going to have 4-way to a flop here.
Could be interesting. We haven't had many sets flop at all during all these days of streaming, actually. It's been way below par and way below average on people hitting their sets. So now we have 2 options here with 8s and deuces. We'll see if any one of those comes. But Torres taking some time. Is he thinking about squeeze play here? Then he would be in trouble.
I think he's thinking about squeeze play here. Obviously, he's not going to fold. The price is way too good.
Never folding.
So he's hoping he's hoping that the only one that has could have a really strong hand is Kai here.
Yeah.
So he's hoping Kai is hoping light just to steal the blinds, and shoved. He shoved right into Kai. Kai holding a poker face because he knows he's gonna call.
Yeah, he knows for sure he's not folding, but just wanna maybe get someone else tag along as well.
Yeah, of course. This is a big
Kim
spot.
is still in the hand, and of course Otto is not calling with the 8s once Kai shoves as well. But for Kim, I wouldn't guarantee anything.
You never know.
Maybe the ducks are his favorites.
You never know.
And the birthday boy, Kai Lehto, will probably be risking his seat. Here we go. All in and quick fold from Otto. No, it wasn't his favorite hands.
Well, the thing is, if he would call, he would be a slightly favored.
Yeah.
You know, it's just...
Exactly. So, for the tournament life, they're almost even in chips as well. So we just have to calculate afterwards whoever wins, if there's one player out or not, because 1.1 million is shown on the graphics for both players, and it's then Joel Torres of Spain that is trailing, but still live cards, of course. It's
obviously this is a huge important spot for these 2 players in this tournament final table.
Ooh,
all spades.
All spades.
Wow.
Taking all the spades outs for Torres, and he needs a queen or 10 that's not a spade. And the river is a 5 of diamonds, so no help for Torres. And Joel Torres might be our 9th place finisher. We just have to double check the chips, but unless he will be left with at least just 1 or 2 big blinds.
And Kim is looking at the board where he was like, what, ace high won? I would have won.
Yeah, true. He would have tripled or eliminated 2 players. Seems like he has a few chips left, right?
It seems like Torres,
35k.
Yeah. Okay. 0.7 big blinds here, and he was the big blind, so he's the small blind now.
Almost out of all in then.
Yeah, of course he has to play this because he's allowed to win the full ante in this pot. Yeah,
no,
that's a wow! He picks up aces.
Wow, interesting to see because Torres, of course.
Kalle has ace queen suited. Wow, this could be a huge clash because Kalle maybe thinks he can.
He grabbing some racing chips here for sure. Wow.
So he's wanna squeeze out.
Look at the Gordo now. He's like trying to look.
He's super happy inside now.
Yeah. How much did he make it now? 475.
Oh, it's a big race.
Wow.
This is a huge spot.
This could be trouble for the Swede.
The thing is, Guillermo Gordo, he obviously knows that Kalle has a really good hand here because Torres is all in here.
So not doing this with air, of course.
Yeah, of course. So he knows he's up against a monster here. So let's see how he's gonna proceed. If it's gonna be a big. He clicked it back, yeah, we clicked it back 1 minute. Really good bet. I really like this bet. He's inviting Kalle to the flop here. And Kalle is on a really tough spot here because.
And now Kalle, of course, knows that Guillermo has a monster too. Because he wouldn't
obviously,
be making this when one player is all in with just nothing either. So this is just absolutely horrendous spot for Kalle Ly here. The chip leader coming into the final table and 3.1 million in front of him, and Gordo has almost the same.
Okay, this is a really interesting spot because this could change the whole dynamics of this final table, because if Kalle loses a huge pot here, and then we have Guillermo Gordo, is going to be a massive chip leader.
Yeah, definitely. And of course, you know, also Kalle having the suited ace queen.
Yeah, exactly.
Sure, he wants to see the flop here. He wants to, because he know he might be behind now with ace queen. But yeah, he does lay it down. So strong fold. And he will get the good news, actually, that he didn't lose
obviously.
more.
But I think Kalle, he made the size a little too big, so
yeah. And no help for the King 8 of Joel Torres, as he seems to be our
really behind
9th
now.
place finisher. Yeah, the outs are down to 0, and that's just the end of it. And we can see that it wouldn't have been a good flop for Kalle Ly either. No diamonds at all on that board. So out in 9th place is Joel Torres of Spain, taking down 7,450 euros for his efforts. Also the chat of YouTube open. You have the payouts pinned in the chat as well if you're curious, and you can see that there's 100,000 up top in this one. And we have a question about what does no filter mean? And I think it refers to the founder that we had in the booth earlier, Munir, is considered to have absolutely no filter. If you saw him on the deep run he had in the WSOP main event this summer, I think he made it to top 50, 60 something.
Yeah.
So he played for...
And he got a lot of TV coverage.
Yeah, he was using the F word on stream and doing some other gestures and really putting a name out for himself to be a guy just without no filter at all. So when he had the idea to come up with his own tour after this, it was an easy name to pick, I think. Or people suggested it to him that said, like, what am I going to name it? Well, you have no filter, Munir, so why not call it No Filter?
It really suits his personality.
Yeah.
For sure. So, and he's on a mission to make poker fun again, not only being so serious all the time. So that's one of the main reasons he started this series.
Yeah, and so far I think he's doing pretty well.
Yeah, and it's a lot of partying going on beside the tables and around the tables and on the tables.
Exactly, it's everywhere.
Yeah. So here we have 4-way to a flop with Jack 6-5. So
we have the Jack for Krišjānis up in front, and we
Yeah,
have a
but
5
check
for
him.
Kai. But it's actually the man on the button betting here now. I speak Krišjānis, yeah, sorry, with the Jack betting.
Kai has a 5 here. He's contemplating if he want to continue on this hand, because Krišjānis obviously he can stab here, but we didn't need 2 here because everybody checked him to the dealer. So Kai, have a raise? No, call. Kim called with ace 9 high.
Yeah.
No backdoors, no nothing, but
just interested in a turn. Sometimes you just want to see the turn, right?
Exactly.
Don't blame him.
Oh, he still has 3 outs for 2 and ace.
Yeah, definitely. And most likely Krišjānis will put in another bet here because...
Yeah, and obviously he's going to take it a little slow because Kim here has a lot of 6s in his range. When he's check calling that. Let's see if Kim... I thought he had a plan. I thought of
this
it.
is the plan, 275.
I think the bet is a bit too small.
Yeah.
Like he can't fold this Krišjānis.
No, I don't see him do that either. So expecting some more chips to go over Krišjānis' way.
Yeah.
Shortly.
Even though 4-3 also came in. The straight 4-3 hit on the river, but it's just like, then congratulations if you have it. No, he called him and he's happy to see just ace high. That's a nice pot for Krišjānis. Building up his stack here.
Kai Lehto folding. Birthday boy. And see, look at this.
Pocket
Kim.
tens, so maybe they're not believing him now with winning races. And
he makes it big as well. Look at this. Is that 350? Yes, 350, and it looks like this guy's interested.
Oh my God! Giannis picked up queens right on time. This is going in. I can't see. Can't see.
There's no folding from any of these.
No,
guys.
I can't see Kim getting away from tens. This is like a monster. And queens, he's just like, let's do this.
And it's almost like you can see a little smile from Krišjānis already now. He's already put those chips in his stack.
Yeah, and especially having queens, it's obviously you're never sure. You can be up against kings or aces, but especially with a player like Kim, who is like super active, and the snap call.
Wow, he made it 800 Krišjānis and a call. So almost half the stack of Kim Han is in the middle.
We'll see if he can be saved if he comes only broadways.
He needs aces or kings or both on this flop.
Oh, I don't know if it's gonna get away from this.
No, I don't think so. There's not
A
many
snap
jacks.
all in. He's thinking about it, but I don't know if he's gonna get away because now he's winning against ace queen, like all those kinds of hands.
Yeah.
He's really struggling here, and like he called, like you said, he can't get away from that, and
This is the bad news. And one of the biggest, if not the biggest pot in the tournament, 4.1 million in the middle. And Krišjānis is looking to take over the chip lead in this tournament now if the queens will hold. No added outs for this guy on the turn and only down to 2 outs. It's not to be.
Yeah.
Nice hand, Kim says. And we thank him for playing this main event at No Filter, Kim Jahan, and he's out in 8th place. Mikael Hapaniemi, 33 bigs, Kai Lehto, 39, Guillermo Gordo has 52 bigs, Kalle Ly, 60 bigs, and then our new chip leader, Krišjānis up top, with I think it was some 80 big blinds in his stack right now, so good shape.
Yeah, really nice pot for him, and obviously he has both big stacks in front of him, so on his right. So he's really happy about the situation he's in here now. This is a beautiful spot to be in. Krišjānis picks up queens back to back.
To back.
This is.
He kept them.
Yeah, this is amazing.
Might be the same queens as well, because he did not have the queen club of
exactly.
Queen of
Maybe you're right.
So
maybe it's exactly.
Maybe he had the hard one. I don't quite recall, but it might be exactly the same hand actually. No, he had actually the Queen of Hearts in the last hand that Kalle now has, but
Yeah, but because Kalle limped with from the button here, I don't think he should. I think he should always come in with.
10. So this time it will not be a full double up for Krišjānis. It will. He will probably have to settle for a smaller pot, but he tries to.
I think so. He tried to induce. Well, obviously, Kalle has a lot of hitting this board like 7-8 suit and hand like that, 8-9. That would limp from the button. I don't think Kalle would limp any ace high or Broadway cards or anything like that. So Kalle, I think that is like the best high hand is gonna limp Queen 10. I think is opening with King high for a raise. Krišjānis is said enough checking here, so he bets fairly big sizing on the turn. I like this size because you're targeting like a 4 or like a straight draw. Kalle thinking here. Oh. So queens back to back with Krišjānis.
Yeah, not getting as much this time, but still building that chip lead, of course.
King 5 here, I think this is has to be a race when you hold in the chip lead, put maximum pressure. But Krišjānis said that's enough of me playing hands.
Yeah, exactly. Got to keep some kind of straight face here, not play everything. Not getting the queens. And now,
this could be interesting.
Yes, because this is normally blind versus blind, a call for Kai Lehto, but it is still 640. But he does come for the call.
The suited.
Yeah. Well, bad news for Ville Tapio then.
Yeah, it is a 60-40 spot. It's really important for Ville Tapio here. This is for his tournament life.
Yeah. Kai shipping. No, it's him. That's all in. It's not me. That's true. It's only. Wow.
Flopped a straight against
straight
2 pair.
Yeah. Wow. Need a jack or a 9 now to survive, but it's not to be. The straight is enough. The wrong pairing. And Ville Tapio Mesiranta is our 7th place finisher in the No Filter Poker Series main event, scoring 10,250 euros, so almost 10 times the buy-in then. 7s now for Guillermo, opening to min raise 120.
Yeah, and Kai picking up a really nice hand from the small blind there. I think he should come in here with a raise, but obviously it's hard because you have his friend over there on the big blind with fairly short stacked, so he doesn't want to make a huge mistake. So he comes with a call, and Otto had jack deuce offsuit, was not really pleased about to see that hand. But we're off to the flop, heads up, Guillermo against Kai.
And another
straight! 2 straights in a row.
Yes.
That's unbelievable.
This is running hot, right?
Yeah.
Unfortunately, Guillermo Gordo has the under pair with the gut shot downwards, so it's not much for him with this board. So
wow.
Maybe tough for Kai to get anything more out of Guillermo.
I think you should check one more time here, because I think Guillermo is going to stab here. Yeah, good check. I like this check. Guillermo can stab here. Because he's playing blind. He doesn't know anything about Kai's range here.
And no dream card for Kai.
That's a really bad card.
So maybe now he'll just go the check call route if Guillermo tries something, because now there of course flush is completing straight that he can represent, many kings in his opening range.
Yeah, obviously Guillermo doesn't have a lot of good hands here. He would probably bet earlier on the streets if you had like ace king or something, but
225 and a quick call from Kai, and his straight is good enough. Flopped 1. Again, 2 hands in a row.
Yeah,
we had queens back-to-back for Krišjānis, and now we had straight back-to-back flopped by Kai Lehto. Oh, now, sorry to interrupt you, but we have some action.
Aces. This is the
possible.
second time Guillermo Gordo picks up aces here in a quite short of time here.
Yeah, and versus another great hand, 6-handed of course, ace-jack suited was the opening from Mikael Haapaniemi on the button, and Guillermo is in the small blind now, makes it 400 I think. And Kalle this time has an easy decision, but he has an ace. So all the aces are out.
Yeah, of course. And this is what I said earlier, because now obviously Guillermo has aces here, but Johannes comes in with a raise here from the button. You can have a very wide range for stealing the blind. So it's very interesting what he was going to do. All in, yeah.
Ooh.
I thought he was making a stand
that's
there.
the quickest call, unfortunately, he's ever received.
He's not happy to see those aces, obviously, but you can't blame him.
No, I mean, we're 6-handed. Ace-jack suited is such a strong hand, and it's just unlucky. And the hearts might save him, though. That's what he needs, most likely. Oh, the jack.
A jack, well.
Okay, so the hearts are not coming. He needed another jack, though, to take the lead in the hand. Not coming on the turn.
So the river, the only thing that can save him. Oh, I really thought it was the jack.
It was not, unfortunately, and Mikael Haapaniemi of Finland is the next player out. 6th place for 12,000 euros plus.
Oh, Guillermo put aces again.
No, come on.
Back-to-back aces.
3rd time in 1 hour or something, and back-to-back this time aces.
Wow,
he just
on the
eliminated.
button. Yeah, obviously he's coming in for a race here, but this is
can almost see
unbelievable.
how
and Kalle picks up King 8 suited. He's fairly interested in this pot, obviously. They're both big stacks here.
Yeah.
Are we seeing this right? Aces back-to-back for Guillermo here.
And luckily for Kalle, he's out. What about the chip leader? 5 high.
5-3. I don't think. Maybe he's defending here, but it's a fairly light defend because it's not suited. So.
Yeah, he lays it down, and I guess he showed them, right? No, he did not.
Don't say again.
Oh, he showed them, yeah.
Wow. So we have back-to-back queens and back-to-back aces on the table the last hour.
And we have Otto. Let's see if he opts to defend off this awkward 15 big blind stack. Around 1.2 million, including the big blind in front of him.
Yeah, he's going to defend, right?
He might be doing something, so say maybe he's doing something else, but looks like he's going to grab his chips back and call, it looks like, after all.
Oh.
Yeah, just a call, which makes a little more sense. King high still ahead, but the queen 6 hitting an open ender. I'm not surprised about the check back. You don't want to be bet off this much equity, and now it's Yahtzee. Only 6-8 is beating Krišjānis, and Otto may think, the flop was checked. The 6 doesn't help him. I think I'm ahead with my bottom pair and bet a little bit for value and a little bit for denying his opponent's equity. But this looks like a big bet, potentially, so it might be something else. If all those chips are coming out.
He did that pre as well when you bet it.
Then he's only repping a 6, really, and doesn't care about the fact that he hit the 3. This isn't that big, though. This is a little more than half the pot. I think 260, but let's see. Yes, it is 260. And Krišjānis, how is he going to play it? Is he just going to call here, or with all those diamonds and potential redraws, is he going to raise? Playing the hand in position certainly helps. And it's the queen, not that it's needed. For Krišjānis connecting with it. And it's a jam. Unfortunate timing here for Otto.
Yeah, snapped.
And a snap call. Wow, 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 wow. Jarkko on the drums, Teresa's boyfriend.
Yes.
But maybe we'll see some drum playing tonight. I don't know. I didn't ask if the staff band is going to be gracing us with their presence tonight at 9 o'clock, where there is a players' party open to all on the casino floor.
I haven't actually heard what's happening tonight. I just know there's a players' party.
It's on the schedule.
I know it's on the schedule.
Read the schedule.
But I haven't seen whether there's a band or anything. I haven't heard I know there's a party.
Yeah, that I don't know.
But I didn't know. I knew there was a party tonight, but I didn't know what was going to happen.
Young B with the 9s. And Kalle Ly here. He doesn't defend very wide, but Jack 8 should be a defend. It doesn't mean you need to go nuts on an 8-high board. But Krišjānis' range is all over the place from under the gun, which is also the cutoff. And let's see, I mean, it's not the worst flop for Krišjānis. 1 overcard. He's only concerned that Kalle flop a 10, and I would have bet to try to get value off a 5 or a 2 or deny equity, but you can feel a little bit safer doing that. He turned the set here, Mr. Brown.
He has. It's also given him a straight draw.
Yeah, an open-ender for Kalle.
Yeah, an open-ender,
this could be a big problem for Kalle. Because with this, you have to be concerned even of the 7/8s, and, it's like you should be raising here. Especially with Kalle, who's unlikely going to rip the river. I mean, if he thinks Kalle just has a 10, he may just want to call. But then I don't see Kalle just ripping it out either way. I don't mind just because of position, but let's see what happens. Plank river. The 7/8, though, would have gone in there. Kalle has 7/8s, he would have been betting there, but that shouldn't be a major sin for Krišjānis. He should feel pretty secure. Even if Kalle jams, he can pretend to think about it, but toss the chip in pretty quickly. If Kalle bets small, he can come over the top. Otherwise, I think Krišjānis really should just put, the max bet in and hope his opponent has like a 10-5 or just, he wouldn't have a 10-5, but a 10-ace or 10-queen or something like that. That he's making a call that he's not thrilled with, but understands it's ahead of a range that includes a lot of bluffs. The one thing I do not want to see is a check back. If he wants to bet less than an all-in, I can get that because you're more likely to get a call. But I get greedy here.
You're going for the jugular.
Yes. But Kalle's going to fold even if it was 200,000. Just because we see what he has. This was a what if.
He was cool in that spot.
I was happy. Ooh, wait a minute here. Hold your horses. We have Guillermo opening for a min-raise, and we have Kalle Ly making a move. We said he was avoiding these suited situations, and he's finding himself a spot and really putting some pressure on Guillermo. I mean, I think Guillermo has to find... It's really borderline. I shouldn't say he has to find the call. 7s, I say, that's the hand. Like 8s, I think he's easily talking himself into. As I said, I think on the fact that it was just 13 big blinds and blinds going up soon, it's a call. But it's Kalle Ly actually not in the worst of situations once he gets the call. He is flipping at the moment. You would like to see some relief out of the gate, though that is not the relief. Backdoor flush draw is all he's got. Fortunately, at least the Jack and 8 are still alive as well. Queen of Hearts leaves it to just that. Just 6 outs, or we've lost Kalle Ly. And it's a 5 of hearts on the river, so we've lost our friend Kalle Ly. You could see the frustration, but he's still being a gentleman. Out in 4th place for 20,350 euros.
Great run.
Down to the podium of 3 players, each locking up already 29,750 euros. Krišjānis with that nice chip lead, but Guillermo Gordo with also a nice stack. And Kai's been in these spots before. I'm not going to count Kai out at all. I'm not saying Kai would be necessarily even money on the boards, but he would be, let's say, factored in from the fact that, he doesn't have a super short stack, first of all, and second, he's very adept at playing three-handed. Not much you can do when you get 10-4 offsuit, though, and we have Guillermo defending with the 8-7 off Young B's open, so it's a two bigger stacks colliding on the first hand, the three-handed play. And it looks like Scotty Wynn is coming onto the TV table. Seat open for Scotty. How much does he have to pay to sit down?
Scotty's wishing everyone the best.
Scotty doesn't know he can't play right now, but maybe there's some Scotty exceptions. But I know Scotty's heading off soon, so very nice of him to come up on the table to say goodbye, all jokes aside. But meanwhile, hello, Guillermo. He's hoping that somehow more money can get into this pot. That would require this to go to the river, most likely, and a 9 or a king to show. Pretty fair bet there. Let's see. I don't think there's... Well, what's he thinking? That I'm in position, and if it checks again... I still have a king or a 9 along with those implied possibilities. Full house. Now, if I'm actually Guillermo, I'm not ever checking here, first of all. I'm actually doing the opposite, and I'm just betting quite big. It's a final table with 3 left.
Yep.
There's going to be a lot less of this, stealing away. We haven't really seen Krišjānis do much of that at all. And it's not like Guillermo's watching the stream, but during breaks, he may be having chats with people. Hey, how are these guys playing? A lot of players do that. It's allowed to do during breaks, in fact. But he's doing the opposite. He's trying to squeak in some thin value. And I don't, that's the thing. I don't think Krišjānis is going to call this. So, he's also not going to call the bigger bet. But, there's not a lot of high range of hands outside the flush that are calling anything at all. Maybe the 7, but the 7 might be calling a big bet as well. You may get a pocket pair to call, whether it's an over pair or under pair. You may even get a deuce or a 3 or an ace king to call because of, bluff catching possibilities.
He's not thinking about making a move here, is he?
I don't think so. I think he's thinking about whether his king is ever good here. Yep, that's what he's thinking about. And this is where I stand corrected. I mean, this was very thin betting value. I think if he bets a chip more, if he bets 350, he's getting the fold. Yeah. So, I guess this is why you don't do what I do. Don't do this at home, kids. And bet big and hope you're delivering a cooler to somebody. Kai here with pocket 7s. Interesting. Oh. I mean, I wasn't necessarily... He's trying to induce something, I guess. It's just too awkward, I guess. He can't really raise, and he can't really shove. So he has to raise, but small, I think. But then is that giving off a tell? There's so much things in there. It's a weird one.
It's a strange spot, that was.
I would have thought a little bit longer about what to do.
Isn't it funky here?
This is working out maybe for Kai if this is a raise. Because he has his opponent. Yeah, it was a limp, a raise.
Okay.
And Kai really just has one play here in my head. And that's what he does. All the chips in the middle. And Guillermo showing the heart of a lion, just the timing of a turtle.
What a line.
So Kai has to get in, feels either this hand or next. He's going to take it now while he has some extra chips in the pot. But it's 9s again. He's going to go to sleep with some nightmares about 9s unless he can start a Cinderella story here. But meanwhile, it's Young B with the 2 pocket 9s against the 10-5 of Kai Lehto. Lehto needs some diamonds, a 10, or a few other combinations. He could any straight in the book, actually, too. But... It's over before it all began. There's some backdoor possibility for Kai, but now he needs a jack to stay alive, but it is showers for Kai Lehto. Well played in third place for 29,750 euros. And the longest heads up I commentated here were reported on was probably around 4.5 hours. You've probably had longer, and I've had one longer. I have had a 6.5 hour heads up once.
Oh, that's a long one.
In Malta.
That is a long one. I don't think
that
we're
includes
up for
breaks and everything.
Yeah. And ended what time? During the day, probably not night, more likely?
No,
Morning?
it ended, I mean, it wasn't like super crazy like that because it was like a 5 or 6 day event where it was final table at the end.
Okay.
It was just 2 massive comebacks by both players when they're down low and eventually make a deal, but still a lot to play for, so there was still even play after that, and even after the clocks were cut.
Wow.
But meanwhile, we have Guillermo now with a flush draw on an overcard, and Krišjānis not c-betting this time on this board, and now has a double gutter, so we'll see if that changes, if Guillermo opts to check. He does indeed. And maybe Krišjānis will try to bet, knowing if he's called, he has some possibilities still to improve. If not, he takes down a small pot. Often, hands like this play out differently in a limp pot, so he checks back, not so much in there. And the ace-5 has the check mark. However, if Krišjānis bets if Guillermo checks, doesn't necessarily mean that he will take the pot. But it is a check back, and Guillermo with the ace-5 back to 5 million.
Yeah, slowly but steadily, gaining some more chips and momentum. Guillermo Gordo. So, Jason, how's your series been here in Tallinn as well? You've been doing a lot of the daily recaps, following the action, and pretty much going through all the different events as well.
Yeah, I mean, I really enjoy that because you keep up and you have a flavor of what's happening. You often, what happens is, even my team can be guilty of that from time to time, although we're kind of adapting a little bit, is that, you get a really good focus on a big event. So, yeah, we had the Legends of the Game, we had the main event. Those were 2 of the clearest, biggest events, and Poker News is doing a fantastic job breaking down those events, but they are likely providing an occasional update on a side event here and there, but that's not what they're here to do. And, in general, if you want to get a general feeling about the festival and you're not, want to follow detailed reports, we give a nice little summarized version of, the whole day. But poker fans, I recommend, there's a lot of material out there, that goes beyond that. If you want to see what happened on day 2 of the main event, or you don't want to watch the whole stream again of the Legends of the Game, the guys at Poker News, I've checked out the updates myself as an experienced reporter, but I would expect nothing less from Poker News anyway. I would have been surprised if it was not good.
Yeah, and now we don't have a ranking this time, but if we were to announce maybe a player of the series, this Guillermo Gordo would be for sure one of the candidates, coming 9th in the Legends of the Game and having another cash as well in the side event, and now heads up in the big main event. So it's been a good week.
It's been a good week
for Mr. Gordo.
Guillermo thinking about whether he can steal this one away.
Yeah.
There's only $1 million in the pot, and he has a sticky opponent. And Krišjānis likely is going to call this with some showdown value with just that ace. We see he actually would win the hand if he calls. Oh, it was a pot size bet. It wasn't 400,000. I'm sorry. Those were the 250K chips, not the 100. So that makes a big difference. Krišjānis may not call at all, actually. It's a very polarizing bet. And that might be a reason he calls, too. He might talk himself into it. He's either bluffing or he has, something sick.
Yeah. Interesting. Yeah, reaching for calling chips now.
And makes the correct call here. Well done there by Young B, smelling that out, that his ace high is good enough at the time to make a big call such as that.
And Gordo back down below 4 millions now, 3.6 in front of him. And commanding chip lead, as we can see, confirmed with 14 millions, Krišjānis.
And that must get into Guillermo's head a little bit. I was just called, these are the hands I was trying to get off with that pot-sized bet, and this opponent seems to be in my head a little bit.
Yeah.
So we have Krišjānis now with a very pretty suited connectors, Queen-Jack suited. I think we'll see a raise here. It's just a question of whether he's going back to the min sizing or not. It looks like to 5, 6, so it's a 3x again. Putting a little pressure on his opponent. Guillermo would have likely have called a 2x raise, and it looks like he's going to do the same with the 3x with Jack 5 suited. So a Jack could spell a lot of trouble for Guillermo unless it comes with a 5. And a flush draw here for Guillermo, but we have a second pair here for Krišjānis, who would have liked this flop better without the ace there. But I expect him to continue. There was no 3-bet or anything by Guillermo, which takes out some of the aces from his potential range. And he would be c-betting this even without the Queen-Jack. Most likely. And Guillermo has a decision to make. Is he going to try to shove, hoping he has enough fold equity to get it through? And if not, then at least he has the flush draw. Or is he just going to call close to more than 1/6 of his stack? And it looks like a raise here, folks. So it's a raise to 1 million. A min click. That's not the sizing I was expecting. So it's a little bit something different, perhaps thinking, if it's not a club on the turn and I'm shoved upon, but I don't know. Let's see. Guillermo's a tricky player, so there's a reason for the min click here. And let's see what the young B does with this. This could actually be the final hand if the stacks get in here and the Queen-Jack holds, or it could be a comeback story for Guillermo. I just do not see a fold here by Krišjānis. And I think he's just thinking about, do I get it in? Fold out some of that other stuff, but he is just going to call. And now Guillermo's praying for a club. That is not a club, it's the King of Hearts. It gives both players the same draw to Broadway, opens up another flush draw, and it's Guillermo Gordo jamming in the lot. And it is a scare card for Krišjānis here, young B, that King of Hearts. It is a second overcard to his pair of queens. However, he's getting amazing odds and has an opponent that's more than capable of doing what he just did on a fairly broken flush draw with 3 overcards to that Jack. And will Guillermo get away with this one? I mean, even if he gets a call, we could see he still has a lot of outs. 3 of those outs are for a chop, so it's 9 legit outs and 3 chop outs. The 10 of clubs, despite giving both players Broadway, also gives Guillermo a straight, so that one is included in the 9, and the other 3 10s would be a chop. And deep in thought is Krišjānis Stankevičs. Stankevičs, also known by everyone around the world watching today as the Young B, or just Young B. He is a player that we're going to have to watch out for, a new player for me. I think I knew every player at the final table in one way, shape, or form, except for Young B, and he's become my favorite all of a sudden, and he makes the call. Oh my God. So the lights are on, the flashing is going on, and all that Krišjānis needs to do. Young Fish is sweat that club. A 10, and the game goes on, and it's a blank 10. Oh my God! So it's a chop pot. Krišjānis perhaps breathing some sort of sigh of relief. Cifuentes with a big smile that he just at least gets away with the chop there. It could have been worse. It could have been a club, in which case stacks are getting closer back to even. Instead, it is a chop pot. Of course, the odds were, when the money went in, that we would have had a winner. But you can see Krišjānis is still the heavy favorite, 72 big blinds to 17 big blinds. Hold your horses here, wise guy, because it's a premium heads up. It's a premium even if it's not. And Krišjānis is going to be jacking it up, it looks like, to 6 bills.
Do we have
actually
something
more, to 7.
on the other side of the table? Jack 9, yeah, suited.
That is definitely something you would expect to see. Guillermo never folding even to this sizing, based on what we've seen from him during heads-up play, both this festival and others.
True that. So just a question of whether he will raise it as well.
It is a hand that he could be raising. I wouldn't be shocked. It would just be bad timing once again. He's had a couple spots where it's been bad timing. Same the other way around.
But could be.
Ooh, 9 out of the window, but this is going to hurt. I mean,
wow, this might be a big one, right? We have the mid pair, the gut shot, and the backdoor flush for Gordo, and of course, top pair, top kicker for Krišjānis.
But let's see how big the sizing is. This is going to determine quite a lot with the rest, whether Guillermo could be in full jeopardy. So it's a small bet of $500,000. More of a standard sizing. It's basically giving Guillermo the invitation to just come along, but he's raising it actually because he also has that gut shot. No, it is just a call. It looked like extra chips came in, and
wow,
what
dream card.
Yeah, not the card though that the chat wants to see. We have a very active Latvian chat dominating at the moment. And it's not that Krišjānis should be betting here anyway. So it very often goes check, check. As I say that, Krišjānis is reaching for some chips. And it's a bet of $750, and I would expect Guillermo to actually call, but being that he's also out of position in this hand, maybe something else in mind. I just don't see the point in doing anything other than just calling here.
I wouldn't think so, but interesting turn of events on that turn.
So we have a pot of 4.1 million, and it's getting harder and harder now with the 3 spades on the board, top 2 pair for Krišjānis, which we know is no good. And it's been checked now a second time from Guillermo, but he did call the other bet. So a check back by Krišjānis, saving himself some chips. Meanwhile, Guillermo back in the mix, 7.3 million.
Strong check back there from Krišjānis, saving him some chips.
It was nearly
not falling for the trap of Gordo.
It was nearly over 5 minutes before you came into the booth, and it was like a lucky chop at the end with a fortuitous river for Guillermo. And Guillermo completing from the small and the button, and Krišjānis with the baby suited connectors, opting to check behind his option from the big blind. Pretty good flop for 5-4, only the nuts here.
It's okay, right?
Only
not
the nuts.
Complaining.
And Guillermo with the 2 overcards and the 8 to a better straight. We'll be continuing, so betting into the nuts. And Krišjānis, is he going to slow play his nuts? I think this might not even be a spot you want to slow play just because of the drawingness of, being able to get some action on a lot of different combinations, whether it's a 7 or a 6 or an 8-9, 8-10, 10-9 like we see. But a call is more than fine. especially with an aggressive opponent such as Guillermo. And Guillermo, let's see if he's going to take the foot off the gas. He worked very hard to get these chips back.
Yeah.
They can go pretty quickly. Just because you work hard getting them doesn't mean that they can't go in 5 seconds in a game of poker. We all know that. We've all been there, done that.
And here he comes with another bet. Straight into the nuts. Unfortunately, about to waste some of those chips.
Yeah, that was a pot-sized bet into the nuts. And Krišjānis, I don't know if he's going to raise now with another club on the board or if he's just going to pretend that he doesn't want to call and then call.
Yeah, might be.
He looks really bored right now.
Yeah,
but we know that the heart is beating somewhere under there.
Doing as much as Hollywooding as possible.
This looks like a call. Indeed, it's no. He's a little short. There we go, 1.4 million.
Yeah, even trying to get the discount to really show, no, I don't want to pay you off. You might have a hand. And this doesn't change anything. He's still with the nuts. Quick
Another
check.
sneaky check.
And of course now, Gordo's only way to win this hand is by betting again. But he doesn't know he will be forcing an all-in from Krišjānis if he does bet now. So will he save some chips and be left with 5.3? Or will this be a costly one for Guillermo Gordo?
He can bet the chips from this tournament and 2 more after, and he's still going to never get a fold unless Krišjānis misread his hand. So I'd like to see this continue a little bit. I've separated myself from the real time.
He's all in?
Oh no, this could be it. And a snap call. We have a champion. Oh my God. So we have a champion. Just like that, Krišjānis Stankevičs from Latvia, the young B, claiming the second ever No Filter main event title, 79,110 euros. Guillermo Gordo Cifuentes from Spain, thanks to the deal. No trophy, but still 66,790 reasons to be happy. That is in euros, folks. I believe we're going to have some kind of ceremony coming up soon, but Wise Guy, that was exciting despite the anticlimaticness of like the end. It was just like a snap call because it's the nuts. It wasn't even that we get drama of seeing flop turn river after an all-in, but well played there by the young Latvian.
That was a special one, and what a feeling getting bet right into your nuts, your flopped nuts by Krišjānis, and he is our main event champion, No Filter.
It's feeling pretty surreal, to be honest. I didn't expect this at all.
No Filter Poker Series main event winner, Krišjānis.